All these people that's.
Okay, good morning or afternoon now. This is our afternoon time. We had to move it because of the schedule and the break it here at the depot. So I am Bill Kanda, Custer County Chairman of the Board of Commissioners. This is Wednesday, April 15th, tax day 2026, 1 p.m. I'll call this meeting to order. Please silence your phones if you got them and stand for the pledge.
Thanks in your rear, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All.
Let us pray the invocation. We thank you, God, for all our blessings, and we ask that you please bless this meeting of the Custer County Board of Commissioners. Strengthen us with wisdom, patience, kindness, and goodness so that we can solve the perplexities, problems, and choices that are before us today. We ask your blessing and your love for all our citizens in this great county. Grant us the grace to ask what you would have us to do in the spirit of wisdom that may save us from all false choices. As we convene this board to and for the county service of the Custer County citizens, we ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Good. Okay, roll call, Kelly.
Yes, I can.
Here.
Present.
Commissioner Vogelsong,
Here.
County Attorney Dan Slater,
Here.
and BOCC Admin Kitten Womack here. The clerk to the board, Kelly Camper, present.
Okay, thank you, Kelly. Audience introduction. Let's start with Ann.
Ann Barker.
James Gilbert.
Online.
Yeah. Steve Terrell and Brian Roth.
Okay. That's it for now. All right. Yeah, any agenda to amend here today, Paul? Anything?
Nothing current. None for me.
Me either. Thank you. Approval of the minutes, April 8th. I would move we accept those minutes. I didn't have a problem with them.
I'll second that. No, there's definitely there.
Okay. All right, then all in favor of approving the minutes of April the 8th, please say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Paul?
Vogelsong.
Kanda, aye. Commissioner items, Paul, you're first.
Had a good meeting down at Upper Arkansas Weed area in Florence. They were just saying everything's moving along slowly. Monies would be distributed shortly. Also, the use of extensions and our 4-H coordinator, Ashton, had a conference last week. I had a chat with her yesterday afternoon, and everything went well. And we're on good track for the fair coming up. And the other thing would be kickoff for the satellite office in Wetmore will probably be Wednesday next week because of the meeting being moved in the afternoon. I tried to have that one on a Wednesday, late afternoon and early evening. That's all I have.
Did they mention money for weed killer?
Yes, we have our money for weed, so we just need to get it distributed.
Is it what we needed to be enough?
30,000.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's it, Lucas?
That's it.
No, that's not it for me.
Uh,
We did the first quarter budget review, Wednesday afternoon. Most of the stuff is around the 25% range. There is some front end loaded costs for contracts and stuff like that that came through. So there's a few items that are over it. There's a few items that are probably coded incorrectly. So we'll be fixing those things. Otherwise it seemed to look pretty good. That was Wednesday afternoon. Attended the Upper Ark by Zoom. The water in the reservoirs is doing well. But of course everybody needs a little bit more moisture and snow. So let's keep hoping and praying for that. Thank goodness we got more snow the last couple days. Fair board, planning for fair. I think that's going fairly well. They've got a good team put together on that board. Tourism board, Dev Adams moved from a voting member to an ex officio. And Wendy Rusk was voted in by the board as a member and also as their new treasurer. We will confirm that in our meeting today.
Yeah, it was good news.
So Deb will be staying on the board as ex officio and just continuing through the rest of the year to turn over all the stuff that she's got, all the tribal knowledge that she's got. Deb Adams and Jeff Miller, who designed both the airport's website and tourism's new website, those two work together pro bono for a Custer County business directory that's up and live. That it is maintained by the businesses, not by the county or the two towns. So if you're
Or
a
the
business,
tourism.
right, if you're a business, you need to go on at I think it's Custer County businesses.com and update your business on there. So it's up to the businesses to update it, but those two put it together.
Is there
So
a fee to get on it?
I don't believe so. So
You can pay to advertise.
Yeah.
Our main page is to be listed in the directory.
So you could advertise what you want within your own.
yeah, correct. So thanks be to them. They put a lot of work into that. Appreciate, both towns and the county having one business directory now. Workforce housing workshop this morning. This was to organize and put together the final information and thoughts that we have before next Wednesday's 5:30 to 7 o'clock public forum at Tony's. So next Wednesday, the 22nd, from 5:30 to 7, it's just an open forum to learn about what we're doing with workforce housing on our lots there in Silver Cliff. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Be good, thanks.
Yeah.
Got another intro coming here. Let's introduce, well, we got it, Virginia's in, we got her on. And your name and
Stephanie with Family Crisis Services.
there, that's good.
What's your last name?
Moses,
The Mo.
SES.
Okay, the only thing I'll add to it, Bill, kind of. You have a question?
No, I thought someone else did. Ann had her hand up.
What time does the public part of the forum start?
5:30 to 7.
Okay. I didn't see the hand. Thanks. Okay, just a couple quick things to add to that. I also met with Road and Bridge over the upcoming discussion. We're gonna have a workshop, got it scheduled. Thanks for getting it on the calendar, Caitlin and Lucas. On Monday at 1 o'clock, we're gonna discuss buying the Chaffey County grader that's city, I guess it's like a city grader that's in great shape, much better than ours. And we're gonna talk about selling our old one, the one that has the most maintenance problems. And using that money to help purchase that, as well as working with John Deere on the refi of the current graders we've got. I've talked to them both, and then Chad will be up here from John Deere, will be part of that workshop. He can discuss the terms on a proposed refi if we decide to do it, but it's all information gathering. Based on that, we'll decide how and if and when we're going to purchase a grader and refi. That's at 1 o'clock Monday.
That's at Woodridge.
No, okay, yeah. It's on, you got an invite, so
Yeah.
get on your food or
I just
say
haven't
yeah.
posted it yet.
Also, we have a very good meeting that Bob Smith has set up for us on Tuesday morning at 9. I believe it starts at 9. CTSI a discussion of what went on with our insurance, our losses and gains and losses with the insurance world. I will be traveling the rest of the week. I'm in Walnut Creek, California on a church director business meeting for the rest of the week. But I'll be traveling and I will be dialing in if I think they're going to have enough time to get on most of it. But Caitlin's going to get me copies, or maybe it was
Yeah, I'll get it soon.
give me hard copies of the whole thing, and I don't necessarily have to be on Zoom. Bob was going to get a copy for me, give to you, maybe today. And that's all I got for now. All right,
Okay.
attorney items.
It's been a pretty busy week, but if there's anything we discussed that we have agenda.
Okay. All right, how about you, Caitlin?
Just mentioned a cancellation of some meetings.
Oh, we need to mention, next Wednesday, we do not have a commissioners meeting.
So we looked at the calendar because there was multiple conflicts with next week's meeting. And we're already at a 5-week or 5 Wednesday month. We looked at the entire calendar for the rest of the year and decided to go ahead and cancel April 22nd, July 22nd, September 23rd, and December 23rd meetings. To take us down to 3 meetings every month. Instead of having.
Yeah, you kind of went fast.
Yeah, say those things.
Yeah.
April 22nd, July 22nd. September 23rd. And December 23rd.
Thank you.
Oh, shoot, we're gonna miss that. Nuts. Oh, bummer. Yeah, thank you. Okay, you got any more?
I updated you guys on conservation trust funds last week. I actually just received
saw
an
it.
email that I can resubmit. Our report and they will approve it. They finally got everyone to looking at it. So they look good. So we're good for conservation trust funds. And then I need to do the annual report and close out for ARPA.
Guess that reminds me, I also talked with the underfunded courts. There's 2 things out. Wanting an update, both the security court grant for the security the sheriff has on all his grants. What they've instituted, which is a good thing, they're tracking it and requiring, even if we haven't spent money to be reimbursed yet, they want to know where we stand. If we spend, we can just say we haven't done any spending, but we are on some sort of a project or a status of whatever that grant is. Both with a new system, both with the security courts and the underfunded courts that's sponsoring our bringing the courthouse issue to the ballot. So thanks for reminding me. Okay. Okay, elected officials, we got, looks like we'll go with the treasurer. Come on up.
Yes, treasurer.
I didn't wear my purple today.
How come?
Should have.
And
Okay, accounts, Lucas, you got the high totals. Anything or you notice anything?
I just want to, Road and Bridge is currently sitting at a balance of $854,138 as of February in their cash fund. Contingency fund is sitting at $446,588.35. Most of that is out of LATCF funds. That's where we put them. Capital improvements sitting at just under $600,000. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I didn't have any.
Otherwise, everything's in the positive.
So far.
All right, then I will move that we accept the treasurer's report with for the month of February, and it was the beginning balance of $8,811,991.84. And we ended the month plussed up $10,394,744.27. Keep the checks coming in.
Well, a lot of that is entities.
Yeah, right.
So I move we approve it. Any seconds?
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion here?
No.
Out here, questions? Hearing none, I'll call for that vote. All in favor of approving the treasury report as presented and discussed, say aye. Paul?
Aye.
Lucas?
Aye.
Kanda, I.
The other one.
Yeah, almost signed the scratch notes.
Good.
Thank you, Virginia. The unfinished business. Not here.
I have none.
You don't have any titles to sign, do we, Kelly?
No.
Not yet.
All right. We can start the new business, the rest of it. So first one up will be the proclamation of the National Public Safety Teleworkers Week.
No, it won't be. It's accounts payable.
Wait a minute, what am I saying? The accounts payable, I tend to check mark behind it, sorry. Accounts payable, you're up.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll go through, this is through 4/15. These are the amounts over $5,000 that hit our AP. So Redlands Accounting for March services and lodging while they were here, or while Benji was here, in the amount of $6,006.99. TA Buildings and Grounds, TA Customs, for repairs, CTSI claim. This was on a sheriff's deputy vehicle in the amount of $16,239.50. County Jail, the Fremont County Sheriff's Jail, where we hold our inmates. This is for January and February's lodging rent in the amount of $30,008. Road and Bridge to John Deere Financial for 2 grader payments. One each, one for both graders in the amount of $69,174.24. Custer County Kids Council to Kate Costing. It's for the kids needs assessment in the amount of $5,560.33. That's a grant that's paying for that. Then the airport fuel to Accent Aviation Jet A fuel in the amount of $12,648.45. The total amount for AP this month was $218,805.20.
Okay, I will mention that the Jet A was needed to refresh the tank, and rather than getting a short load, we got a bigger load, which was a good thing to do. That's the right thing to do. But unfortunately, it took our price per gallon from three something for Jet A up to right under $5, but it's still the cheapest Jet A in the state.
Well, okay, cool.
And so that was,
Yeah, and it was a $3.99
yeah,
before.
before it was $3.99. As a matter of fact, we'll still probably do it, but we can use that in the scraper and motor graders when they're out there. If they, it's cheaper using that and keeping that tank fresh than it is to haul it all the way back to town and back. So we'll work that out. And do I hear a motion to accept this?
I'll make a motion that we accept the AP report dated 4/15/2026 for the sum of $218,805.20.
I'll second. Any other discussion and questions we got here on the board or out here? Anybody? Okay. Hearing none, let's call for that vote. All in favor of accepting the AP report as presented, say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Paul?
Vogelson.
And aye. Now, what we were waiting for was the proclamation of National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. Yeah,
that one.
hit the highlight on that one. It says, whereas in emergencies can occur at any time that require police, fire, emergencies, is the right one. Medical services, and whereas when an emergency occurs, prompt response of the police officers, firefighters, and paramedics is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property. Whereas the safety of the police officers and firefighters is dependent on the quality and accuracy of the information the obtained from the citizens who telephoned the Free Comm Emergency Services Center and others that go on, that end up finding that each dispatcher has exhibited compassion, understanding, and professionalism during the performance of their job this past year. Therefore, be it proclaimed that Custer County Board of County Commissioners declares the week of April the 12th through the 18th, 2026, to be the National Public Safety Teleworkers Week in Custer County, in honor of the men and women whose diligence and professionalism keep our cities and citizens safe. Any discussion on that?
No, just want to say thank you to them.
Thank you.
They're highly certified in free comm. I think they are probably, I think they're one of the top certified groups
Yeah.
within the state of Colorado. Some of them are going to be honored next week in Las Vegas. Fremont County's E911 board, some of the members were going to go up there because they were going to get some awards for the free comm development that they put together and for their staff. So just kudos to them and thank you for being there on the other end of the line when we make a phone call.
You got it.
And just very professional staff there, really good to have them there.
Yeah, and I will tag onto this too, so to emphasize it. The buttermilk fire was a significant thing. It was fortunate that it was between two other fires that Fremont County had, and FreeCom was working there at the same time and afterwards. And we were able to get resources off those fires that hadn't gone away, air resources like helicopters. Read that coming. We were lucky, and you should have heard the professional handling that FreeCom did, and our people, the radio communications, the status of how things were, and the quality of how we handled that as a county with our pieces of that too. So I'd like to thank everybody additionally for the great job and the continuing jobs on the other fires that are occurring. They're going to continue. Thank you. Another emergencies. Okay, with that, any other discussion? Then I will move that we approve the proclamation for the National Public Safety Teleworkers Week as read. All in favor? Are you hearing any other discussion?
In a second.
Got a second?
Second, I'll say.
Thank you, Kelly. Okay, all in favor, say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Paul?
Both sign.
And then. Okay, next up is the Sexual Assault Awareness Month proclamation for Custer County as well. You got that one?
Yeah, I can take this. So, whereas April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month and calls attention to the fact that sexual violence is widespread and impacts every person in Custer County. And whereas every day, women, men, children across Colorado suffer the pain and trauma of sexual assault upon survivors in our communities. And whereas this crime occurs far too frequently, goes unreported far too often, and leaves long-lasting physical and emotional scars. And whereas during National Sexual Assault Awareness Month, we recommit ourselves to lifting the veil of secrecy and shame surrounding sexual violence, expanding support for victims, and strengthening our response. And whereas sexual violence affects individuals of all ages, backgrounds, and circumstances. And whereas as a community, we share the responsibility for protecting each other from sexual assault, supporting victims when it does occur, and bringing perpetrators to justice. And whereas at every level, we must work to provide necessary resources to victims of every circumstance, including medical attention, mental health services, relocation and housing assistance, and advocacy during the criminal justice process. And whereas Custer County, Colorado can come together to increase awareness about sexual violence, decrease its frequency, hold offenders accountable, support victims, and heal lives. Now, therefore, let it be proclaimed, the Board of County Commissioners of Custer County, Colorado, that the month of April 2026 is hereby designated as Sexual Assault Awareness Month in Custer County, Colorado, and hereby urge the community to work together to educate themselves about sexual violence prevention, to support survivors, and speak out against harmful attitudes and actions. And I believe we have somebody here from the Family Crisis Service Center. Hey, please come.
Yeah, come on up
If you want.
Have a chair. Speak loud.
Into the owl.
Hello, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Thanks
Stephanie.
for coming.
Well,
Okay, is it okay if I talk a little bit about what Family
Yep.
Crisis does? Okay, so we are a nonprofit organization with 4 advocates and we have a director and a counselor. We supply services to domestic violence and sex assault survivors, and that includes Safe House. We have counseling and plenty of other resources. Last year alone, we supported with 1,211 crisis calls. We had 347 new clients, and we also provided 1,477 safe shelter nights, and that's per person per night. And we also have a 24-hour crisis hotline, and that's 719-275-2429.
That's pretty significant.
Yeah.
Very significant.
that's a bunch. Yeah.
How's that stack up county or statewide?
So we only do Custer and Fremont County. Obviously, both areas are not huge, but those are really big numbers
I
for
know that for a
the
while.
areas.
That's pretty good. Okay, any other points to make?
That is it.
Questions out here? Ann?
Where would someone go find the information? If you had someone that you knew and you said, oh, contact them, is it on our website or?
Yeah, how do we find, if we found somebody that needed help?
So you can always Google Family Crisis Services. And then we also have a Facebook, we have a website, and if you need the number again, I can give you the number.
Okay.
Do you have cards sitting around town?
We should, but I'd have to check with our outreach
Yeah,
coordinator.
people,
I think you have some in the family services office.
Probably.
Yeah.
The library would be good.
Library, DHS.
Yeah, DHS and library.
A lot of activity.
Gas stations are always plus. Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Question,
Sure.
regarding the last 2 items. Both of these are national recognized months or whatever, weeks. And you're proclaiming them in Custer County. What is the process to decide which national recognized months are then proclaimed in Custer County? Because obviously not all of them are.
Well, you're right, because we don't do National Donut Month or,
Well, Black Awareness Month.
right, or some of the others. I don't know if we have a process really.
We have a process that.
Yeah.
These are the ones that have reached out directly to us
Ah,
to
I was
put
gonna say,
them on the agenda.
Yeah.
So Rich,
Good point.
Sheriff Smith is the one that reached out about the last item,
mhm.
and then Stephanie is the one that reached out for this one.
and that makes sense. We've done that in the past, but some things wouldn't affect us and others we have that would be different than what the national is. Well.
But that doesn't mean that the county doesn't recognize.
No.
the month.
But it's
Right.
national, so. We know that everybody knows that theoretically.
I would say for me personally, it's what is in our own community, what affects our own community. So Family Crisis Center, I could see myself doing more something that is what affects us directly, what is here that is used as a service, like our telecommunicators, Family Crisis Center, something like that. That might be my litmus test for how many of these do we do, because we could fill every meeting up with doing these.
And you don't want to water them down with National Donut Nut Day and coffee.
No,
Which they.
I might want to.
I might. I think Paul.
Donuts and coffee.
To add
But
to,
there are things like Gay Pride Month and all that.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah.
So
Well, I think the question is more.
I think
what
the reaching out makes sense.
Yeah, if there's an organization where they feel that the endorsement or the assistance or the proclamation of the Board of County Commissioners would help them, that's where
We
the
can
Board of
consider.
Commissioners would stay.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I didn't realize they were actually reaching out.
And I'm pretty sure that when you call in to family services after hours, it rolls automatically.
It does, we're on call 24/7.
Right.
Otherwise, we'd be sitting here having County Navy Day.
But it does do that. I've tested it before.
Okay. All right, therefore, I would move that we approve the proclamation of Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
No, second that one.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, hearing none, I'll call for that vote. Paul.
Aye.
Lucas.
Aye.
Kanda, aye. Okay, you want to do West Cliff and Paul, you want to do Silver Cliff, or you want to reverse it?
Well, I don't have.
Town of Silver Cliff cleanup day. Did they send us?
Oh, yeah. It was just, you know.
Just
I
a,
didn't
just
back
an
up
email.
the email.
So I'll just make a motion that during the Town of Silver Cliffs cleanup day, I think what they're asking for is that we waive landfill fees, so my motion will be to waive the fees for the Town of Silver Cliffs cleanup day.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the opening of the landfill for free for the Silver Cliff cleanup day.
Correct.
Just a quick discussion. Well, you want to second it?
I made the motion.
You made the motion, I'll second.
Okay.
So therefore, does that mean people from West Cliff can go up there and dump it on their trash buckets?
Well, I'm
So not-
surprised we don't have West Cliffs because usually West Cliff
Yeah.
does their own day, so.
So
I
maybe that-
think, I
maybe that
think
company-
this is whatever Silver Cliff sends out there from their cleanup.
Yeah.
So it's only what the
City
city Silver
limits.
Cliff would
Right.
take up there. For whoever they've contracted to pick up their trash.
They could put themselves with their.
3 county vehicles. Okay, yeah, so it'd only be that.
Okay. The other discussion.
You want to add a date?
I
Did they give you-
don't.
They did.
I think it's in May.
It's
It's
in
in
May
Yeah.
at the city's discretion.
Yeah, because that could change.
And the city has to coordinate with our landfill so that they aren't charged.
Right.
Okay, I'll call for that vote. All in favor of approving this proclamation for Silver Cliff Cleanup Day or discussion to allow the landfill to be used. Say aye, Lucas.
Aye.
Paul.
Vogelsong, aye.
Kanda, aye. Okay, looks like we got a.
I did not see the sheriff.
Yeah, it is.
What that
Yours.
was.
I'll go ahead. You want to do it? I'll do it if you want.
So, again, we did not receive the 2026 contract. Well, Dave and I have received was the 2025 contract, so.
So what the sheriff has told me is that he just wants to change the dates on the 25 contract and make it 26 with no change in the payments or anything.
The cost is the
The
same.
cost would be the same to the town of Westcliff.
And,
Um,
and West Cliff has approved that?
I don't know that they have. Apparently they don't have a town attorney, so he's just trying to communicate directly with.
With Westcliff.
for Westcliff.
Well, they're not changing the contract. It'd be nice to know if they're gonna pay it.
Right.
Well, I guess what would make sense would be for the board to approve a contract with Westcliff under the same terms and.
For the current
Westcliff-
year.
Yeah, for 2026, and if Westcliff rejects that, then we'll come back and.
I'm in.
Okay, do we have a signed copy from last year? Did they?
That's
Yeah.
what-
Okay, so it was signed though by Westcliff and, okay, all right, so that makes
Yeah.
sense. We can approve it that way.
Yes.
So then you won't sign a new contract or you'll?
Well, there will be a new contract. I
There has to be
know
a
the sheriff
written
had-
copy
had
signed.
Put a new contract together. I don't think I have a contract. I think sheriff has the original. You know,
Okay.
the change.
It usually comes from West.
So the sheriff,
Are we on a deadline? That's what we.
Well,
do we know when it expires?
December 31st, 2025.
No,
Okay.
while.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's a mid-year approval of a contract that begins.
It would be retroactive, Jake.
Always, that's
Yeah.
always been the case.
No, I think, I think we did Silvercliff like a month or two ago.
Yeah, we did.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Actually,
not-
like in November. You were-
Was it?
We did it before. We did it before.
This is the sheriff taking the lead on these, and not me.
Newly benched.
I would love to take credit for being Johnny on the spot for Silvercliff, but I
Okay,
wasn't.
so we gonna ratify a contract that,
It's
as,
not.
No.
no, we
But if you
don't have it written.
comfortable with that, I'm fine waiting until we have something signed from
I
Wesley.
think that'd be the best.
Yeah,
Have anything?
yeah, well, let's, get the contract. I'll talk to the sheriff to get it,
Okay,
and then we'll approve it at the next board.
I second that.
so there's not a motion.
No motions.
Let's not vote on the motion.
No, I said
We've done
we
it.
would do it. I didn't
There
say
you
it was a motion. Just get it done. Okay.
All right.
So okay, you wanna introduce this one since you're in the,
So that's Paul's.
oh, it is, oh, what am I saying?
What's on, Deb?
You mentioned,
No.
CSU extension,
What's that?
CSU extension.
I don't.
yeah, that's the next item up.
Anything.
CSU extension, which is the 4-H bank account.
I know, but I didn't see that in my email.
So I'll make a motion that we remove Emily Connaughton from the 4-H bank
Okay.
account, and we place Ashton
I
Walter in
remember.
place of Emily.
Correct. I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to update the CSU extension 4-H bank account with the new names.
Tell me
Ash-
about that
Ash-
person.
Ashton.
Ashton Walter.
Walter and Emily, was it Emily?
Yes.
Yeah, Emily will come off
Ashtonable.
and Ashton will go on.
Okay, I move we do that.
I'll second that.
Lucas.
Wait a minute, who's moving?
Already did, yeah.
Does he get to second it?
He already seconded.
Already second.
Okay, all in favor of approving the account adjustment, say aye. Paul. Lucas,
Aye.
Kanda.
Right.
Now the tourism letter of interest and resignation board. So Debbie Adams has put in a letter dated April the 15th, today's date.
Yeah, so she resigned from a voting board member to become an ex officio member to allow room for Wendy Rusk to become a voting member. And the board approved that yesterday. So
The tourism.
the tourism board, sorry, the tourism board voted on both of those things and approved it.
Okay, no. So I will move, we accept this just to get the discussion going, her letter of resignation as the and move from the board and coming onto the board as an ex officio,
April 15th.
effective April 15th, which is today.
Correct. I'll second it.
Okay, so only question I have, bylaws accept an ex officio member, is that a,
Yeah, yep, there's several ex officio members.
just want to make sure they, and there's no limit on them,
No, there isn't.
okay.
And they serve 1 year. So,
And they have to be nominated each year like the
yes,
regular.
yes.
Okay. All right, any other discussion? Anything on the public? Okay, hearing none, I'll call for that vote to accept the letter as presented by Debbie Adams, effective today, April the 15th.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved.
Oh, it is.
We're voting.
Just voting.
Yeah, so I'll call for that vote. Yes.
Aye.
Oh,
Votes on it.
that's my fault. And I,
What we did do.
yeah. Last, what's the last?
So, where's that?
Yeah, we need to accept, look,
It was for Wendy. You did Deb's
Oh.
resignation, but you need to, Wendy.
I'll make a motion to approve
Could have made it all in one, I guess.
the letter of interest for Wendy Rusk to be a voting member of the tourism board.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to accept the new member Randy Rusk. Has pointed out, any other discussion?
So will she replace or take Deb's expiration? Yes, thank you. Yes.
So that's true, it's the middle of the year.
Seven,
Okay.
that's, now that we have those positions. set.
Makes sense. Good question, Kelly.
Yes, finally.
Okay, any other discussion? Call for that vote. All in favor of accepting Wendy as the new member of the board of tourism board, all say aye. Lucas.
Aye.
Paul.
Both aye.
Kanda, aye. Okay. Now we have a resolution. Before we do this, I'll just remind the public and everybody that we do a resolution to sell tires and other things for a reason. It's a part of our accounting system right now, and in the future, we've talked about this. We've done how many resolutions this last year? It was
76.
70, but who's counting? Kelly is. Because she's booking them all and finding a notebook big enough. But what we plan to do is bring them on in mass at some point, prove the we call it slate or whatever it is. So we can do several at one time at some point if possible. So I will move that we adopt resolution 2625 to sell the Michelin tires.
I think we need to add paragraph 3. The diesel generator.
Oh, the generator's on there too.
So change the phrase
need-
diesel generator tires.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
This tire.
Okay, it is, it's for the diesel generator, isn't it?
No, this is
No.
for the tires.
So we're buying the generator too, so it's.
Use the same resolution to draft the.
Oh.
Okay.
So are we eliminating 3? Is that what we're doing?
No,
No, we're changing the phrase diesel generators to
Tires.
Oh, I get it.
Clear as mud.
Clear as mud. Okay, so so I will move we adopt resolution 2526 with the correction of .3 to read Michelin tires.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to adopt resolution 2625.
Right.
Any other discussion?
What is 11R 2225 bit?
The generator. I don't know.
They are.
Tires.
They're very unique tires because they don't fit our semi.
They're narrow.
Our tractors.
They're really narrow and big wheels.
That's true.
That's weird.
Well, they got, who knows, they may be roller wheels.
Aaron Hinberg has a use for them.
But that's neat. Well, how much is he selling? for?
$2,200.
22, that's a pretty expensive set of tires. Good,
Yeah.
good deal.
Yeah. Well, they're Michelin too, right?
Okay, I'll call for that vote. We've already done that. All in favor, say aye. Paul,
Aye.
Lucas,
Aye.
Kanda, aye.
Sorry to stir the pot.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that because all I read was the title and they're talking about the Michelins and then the rest
We're
of it.
here to keep you out of trouble.
Thank you.
Kelly should keep us.
Kelly's keeping us all straight. Additional items?
I actually have a few here.
You got a few?
Yeah, so if anybody noticed the flags at the courthouse were at half staff on Monday, this was a proclamation from Governor Jared Polis to honor the former United States Senator Ben Nighthorse Campbell on the day of his memorial. Senator Ben Nighthorse Campbell served in uniform in the Colorado State House, U.S. House of Representatives, the United States Senate, and on the 1964 Olympics judo team, representing Colorado with compassion and devotion. His commitment to addressing the issues that Coloradans care most about through bipartisanship and his leadership to strengthen the tribal relations made Colorado and the nation stronger. So that's why they were at half staff on
Right.
Monday.
One
Little,
thing,
okay.
one thing I remember about him too, he was the in charge of the baseball game that the legislature plays every year.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah,
As a
right.
freshman, he ran it.
It's
kinda cool.
also Silversmith.
Huh.
Yeah,
Neat guy.
in
Really.
many counts.
The US Forest Service announced their 2025 payments through the secure rural school programs. The distribution of 230 million to counties through the secure rural schools program of fiscal year 2025. The funding will support essential local government services in more than 700 counties nationwide. Let's see, the law directed US Forest Service to provide retroactive payments to counties for FY 24 and 25, and counties received their first payments under the renewed program in February 2026. We saw that as we went through our budget review, that we were starting to see those payments.
Which was nice.
The county is getting in Title III, $19,778.45, and we saw that. And Title I, $112,077.90. This is from the San Isabel Forest.
We didn't think we'd get those.
We didn't,
Right.
and it sounds like without reauthorizations, counties will receive their final funding through SRS in spring of 27. So 27 will be the last year unless it gets refunded or it's 19,000, yes. And the 112,7790 was titled. So just a piece of information there. Justin Robinson, who's now in the audience, brought me the Fremont Custer County burn permits about planning a controlled burn. There's a new site to do that on, so we'll have this posted sometime here soon. Is this posted on the sheriff's site? Justin, it's going to be, okay. All right.
You want to log him in, you got him logged in. Justin, you want to mention how to do it? Is it,
Well, that on the form that Commissioner has in his hand right now, there is a website that is listed, and also there will be a QR code on that, and my goal is to get that on Sheriff's Facebook page, and also it's going to have that conversation later on today with about trying to see if we can get it on the county website. I think it'll be for the thing.
so are they still allowed to call in and find out about how?
Yeah, yes, this is just a streamlined process, and so the way it's working right now is under this Chief Coleman with the Wet Mountain Fire Protection District can do a daily update and assessment, and so he can actually suspend the burn permit that day, make conditions and things like that, and so it's a pretty streamlined process now.
You could call in and say, man, it's been raining on my place for a week, can I burn?
It would still be up to the
Right.
whether or not they'll issue it.
Sure.
So as we're still in stage 2, and especially with the red flags, it's gonna be difficult, but
It doesn't look like that'll ever go away for now.
I got a question for you. Is that something that can put in the newspaper for the people that do not have electronic means
so that
as
was,
a service?
so we can definitely explore that opportunity. And honestly, I was trying to coordinate this with Chief Coleman to make sure that we have a unified message and they are getting this information out. So it's across all boards. And so I'll have that conversation with Chief Coleman, since he's really the oversight of this, and we can definitely see if we can coordinate that with the local newspaper.
I'll work with you on getting that community center down in what
Yes, sir.
also in satellite office.
That'll be great. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Couldn't hurt to throw a message board up periodically.
Yeah. Well, there's one there.
I know, but you don't have to always have it on saying, call this number for fire. You can just bring it up once in a while to remind people.
Mhm.
Be nice. Keep some use out of our board.
So one more thing is, we've got a letter from a citizen that wants it to be entered into public record.
Right.
What I've realized is we don't have a process for how do we do that.
We need.
And how are we going to do that? How do we decide whether we do that or not? So,
Well, it's our discretion. We can't, if there were 3,000 people wanting to say something in a meeting, you gotta figure out priorities. And we need to
That's very
agree
true.
that we'll put it on the calendar, which we do anyway. We have, not everything gets, because it may not be.
no, but we don't have a formalized process of
Yeah.
how we vote or say, yeah, this is on a meeting or this is not on a meeting
Right.
agenda. So
Did you get?
I was just gonna say, I've done that before, and what happened was that I asked for you to hear it. It wasn't you guys, that were the commissioners at the time. And then asked that it could be put to record, and the commissioners decided if they could do that or not. Just a thought.
Well, I think it's gotta be either all or nothing thing.
Right.
In other words, if that's something you wanna do, then basically that becomes something that's noted as a, so-and-so made a, in the public comment section of so-and-so, provided a comment in writing, but they aren't here, so that will be included in the minutes as a public comment. Don't think you should make that decision on a case by case basis, because at that point you're
choosing.
you're picking and choosing.
you're arbitrary and capricious.
Right, you're making decisions based on the content.
Usually what we've been doing, people can ask things because they're like, I got a road, it's really got a problem. You guys want to get it on the agenda? And sometimes, it makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't.
Well, that's a different story.
I know.
You guys have control of your own agenda.
Right.
But this is a question of whether
Now-
a comment from the public
And-
that's not
Well,
here.
right.
Can be entered in.
And that's the point I'm getting to, is that not being here, we open it up and say, is there an item from a public comment that we ought to hear that might become an issue or could be at a later date?
It's an awareness.
It's an awareness. So I don't know,
Who was the letter addressed to?
just the board.
The commissioners.
Well, then, yeah, it's a public comment, someone.
Yeah. And they need to be here to do it, I would think.
Well, that's up to you guys. I mean, I don't know, that's up to you guys, but again.
Or it's gonna take the same
It's not
process we
specific to
have.
This particular comment,
Right.
but general.
But then we'll just do the same thing we do with other comments. Do we put them on or not? We make sure it's our business, our thing, and this would fall probably in the same process. Should it be on?
So I think if it's, hey, Lucas, I've got a road that's, I need some attention to, could you pay attention to this? That to me isn't public comment, but a letter that's addressed to us saying, make this part of public record
Yes.
could be, I would look at that as public comment, and maybe this isn't the time to bring it up. Maybe when the chairman called
Sure.
for public comment,
And in that.
hey, this is on the record.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's not an agenda item, it's a public. comment.
That's right.
Okay.
And that would fit this particular one that we
Okay.
looked at, because that would be a thing that, for the record, we just agree that it does and let them speak.
Okay.
And otherwise.
They don't
we
bring
do
it
that
up in
all the
public
time.
comment.
Yeah. Or get rid of this. Not many, I'll tell you, you go to other counties, not many people are given the opportunity we give everybody here to speak, even on each item or make a comment at the end, unless you sign. Well, that may be, but what they do, they make you sign in, and then we'll look at what you want to present as a public comment. Not all of them make the hit, those other counties.
A lot of them are agenda items only, so if
Yeah.
it's not an agenda item, you don't get
Right.
You don't
to
you don't
bring
get-
up
you don't
another
get
To bring up
item.
something else all in.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, from day one, I've indicated that there's no right of the public to speak.
That's right.
At this meeting. But once we say that there's a point where public can speak, there's no right for the board to discriminate between the type of speech that we.
Well, that's right. When we could all decide at some point to do away with that and
Right,
do it other thing. People can attend meetings. Nobody's ever excluded. Transparency is always there.
right.
But we were elected to do what we, handle the business.
Right.
Anyway, good question.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
I do have one additional item in business as well, sorry. This just came in while I'm sitting in the car out there before I walked.
Newsflash?
Apparently, the DA presented to the Fremont Board of County Commissioners a request for payment of legal fees
Oh, yeah.
to be incurred in the defense of a bar complaint. I don't know if that was against Mr. Lindsay or against another attorney at his office.
Recently?
Well, that was this morning. Yeah, that request was approved by the Fremont Board this morning. So it's presumed that that request will also go to the other 3 counties in the district, which would include us. And so this was just a heads up from the Fremont County attorney to the other 3 of us.
So would that come through the DA or through the,
It would come through the DA.
okay,
So
from Lindsay himself?
yes, so I'm just kind of giving you guys a heads up
Okay,
that presumably Mr. Lindsay will be making that request to us.
why do you go with them first? Why are
They're the biggest one.
They got the money.
70% of the district.
Yeah.
So that's just something you should keep your eyes out for and be prepared to address. Like I said, Fremont approved it. And I don't know, I mean, I'm not saying, I don't want to judge it, but Fremont would automatically approve something they thought was, especially after the Linda Stanley incident.
Yeah.
You know, that.
That's not, yeah, you're gonna be
There
really.
were some red flags there, I think they would call that out.
And they don't have a cost down there yet.
No, I don't have, this email came from Eric.
They have to do it to approve it.
There 45 minutes before this meeting.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we haven't gotten anything that I see.
No, it didn't, it just came to me.
Yeah, and Dan, from Fremont County told me during the UACOG that we should expect, or that our attorney should expect something from the DA's office that, so,
Okay,
it's coming.
Fair share.
are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, any other, see, we're gonna go into an executive session.
Public comment.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
public comment, but looking. Any other questions out here online?
You're gonna do your public comment?
Yeah, so I'll read this into the public comment from Stacy Kish, sent on 4/14/26, 8:44 PM to all 3 commissioners and the BOCC admin. Please include this email in the public record for the April 15th, 2026 BOCC meeting. Dear Commissioners, I'm writing as a resident of Custer County, Colorado, regarding the April 15th, 2026 Board of County Commissioners meeting. Due to my inability to attend in person, I respectfully request that this email be read into the public record or otherwise acknowledged during the meeting. I am formally requesting that Commissioner Bill Kanda consider voluntarily recusing himself from county matters where a conflict of interest or an impairment of public trust may reasonably be questioned. Given recent publicly known circumstances, there is a concern that participation in certain county decisions, particularly those involving financial or administrative authority, could create the appearance of a conflict regardless of the outcome of any legal matters. This request is not an assertion of guilt, but rather a request made in the interest of maintaining transparency, accountability, and public confidence in the board's decisions. The appearance of impartiality is just as important as impartiality itself. Accordingly, I respectfully request that this concern be acknowledged during the meeting, that Commissioner Kanda state for the record whether he intends to voluntarily recuse himself from relevant matters. Thank you for your time and consideration for your commitment to serving the residents of Custer County. Sincerely, Stacy Kish. That's it.
So be it.
Now I have a comment, it's kind of more of a question. With respect to the sheriff's office contract with Westcliff. I'm assuming the sheriff is still responsible for, public safety in the town of Westcliff, even though there's no contract. Or are they not?
So this is I don't know if the board wants me to.
Go
answer
ahead.
This, but I'm happy to.
Answer it, Dan.
So, first of all, I think that everyone considers that we have a contract that's just ongoing, but, you know, we're all working under the 2025 contract. And I don't think there's been any indication from the town of Westcliff that they don't intend to honor those terms for 2026. So I don't think anybody should take from this discussion today that that there's an emergency or a problem in terms of law enforcement in Westcliff, because there's not. That said, if there were hypothetically a situation where we didn't have an agreement with the municipality to provide law enforcement to that municipality, generally speaking, it would be up to that municipality to provide law enforcement in that municipality. The reason we have an agreement is so that so that Westwood doesn't have to provide its own town marshal or police services.
Which they should by.
Yeah, I mean, I would tell you, and the reason I can speak somewhat intelligently about this is because I represent 2 towns in Fremont County that don't have an agreement with the county sheriff and don't have law enforcement.
Ooh,
And it is a point of constant friction in those communities, because the sheriff's office has over the years taken the position that they really don't have to do anything in those towns, although if there's a serious issue, they will respond.
Or they chase a speeder into the town limit and stop.
I mean, yeah, if they see someone speeding, they'll cite them in the town, but they're not gonna necessarily patrol the town, they're not gonna necessarily, they definitely won't, provide citations for violations of municipal codes. Those kinds of things, which we do here in Westcliff and Silver Cliff, because we have a contract that allows.
I guess flipping it the other way is kind of what I'm thinking about. If a crime is committed in Westcliff where there is no contract with the sheriff and the sheriff acts and makes an arrest, does the arrestee now have any kind of legal position against the sheriff for not being in the jurisdiction?
No, the sheriff has jurisdiction over all parts of the county.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Including within a municipality, even though he may not have a duty, he has a jurisdiction.
Okay, phew. That was close.
Dan, I
I'm
got.
probably gonna charge Westcliff more, prices are going up.
I don't charge West, they,
Highway patrol with the highways going through Westcliff.
Mm-hmm.
They're an agreement with the highway patrol, is it because it's a highway?
no, highway patrol just goes wherever they want as long as it's a state highway.
Yeah, they don't go into the county. Right,
Unless they're in pursuit.
maybe.
Oh, I have one more question.
One other point before you do that.
Okay.
Are you doing it with the contract?
No,
Okay. I'm just gonna make a comment. Back in the olden days, in the 60s and 50s and 70s, there was a town marshal in Westcliff. And the sheriff was the only other law enforcement we had a deputy, and that was it.
what is his name, Wyatt?
It was. Hard to believe, but that's true.
Yeah.
I just have one question. The language of the executive session is a bit,
It is.
Big, yes, and I will
Very.
straighten that out.
oh, okay. So it wasn't this me.
There's been others.
Sounds like there's this nefarious attorney up here.
There's some closet attorney and looking at these things.
We normally make the specific, and we probably should have on this one, we didn't, but we will make the motion more specific.
It just sounds like it's, what's it?
It's a great way to look.
Rock Klein hasn't public comment.
Okay. Who does?
Rob Klein.
Right.
Hey, Rob, go ahead.
Yeah, in regards to the letter that the commissioner read, I myself have all the confidence in the world in regards to all the commissioners sitting right in front of me, and also the staff that's around them. So I think if there was any conflict of interest, I believe they all would be addressed to handle that situation. But I don't see any conflict of interest whatsoever in regards to that letter. That's all I have to say on that.
Thanks for your comment, Rob. Any other comments now?
No, good.
Oh, okay, so we need to, what do we do, pause this meeting?
Well, Commissioner may have a motion.
So I will, do we need to suspend or do we need to adjourn this
That's what I
meeting?
would-
We don't know. We're
No,
still in-
just
we're
go
paying
back to
attention.
this meeting at the end.
So I'll make a motion to go into executive session for legal advice on personnel management by commissioners
Pursuant to 24-6-4024B.
pursuant to 24-6-4024B.
Yeah, that Kev.
Yeah,
Okay, I second.
Okay, we have a motion to go into executive session. There's no discussion. All in favor, say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Aye.
And I. So we'll fail everybody.
Things on here. Looks like it. All right, well, I think we're back on. Yeah, it looks like we're on now.
But we're not broadcasting.
Okay, the time now is, this is Bill Kanda, Custer County Chairman of the Board of Commissioners. The time now is 2:57 and the executive session has been concluded. The participants in the executive session were Attorney Dan Slater, Clerk Kelly Camper, Commissioner Paul Vogelsong, Commissioner Bill Kanda, Commissioner Lucas Epp, and HR Director Bob Smith. If, for the record, any person who participated in this executive session believes that any substantial discussion of any matters not included in the motion to go into the executive session occurred during the executive session, or that any improper action occurred during the executive session in violating the open law meetings law, I would ask you to state your concerns for the record. Any concerns?
No.
Hearing none.
And I just want to make a statement that the executive session was held for the purposes of privileged attorney-client communications, and thus it was not recorded pursuant to the statute involved. And it did in fact involve privileged attorney-client communication.
Okay, so we are now in our regular BOCC meeting, and if there are no other discussions here,
None. Caleb's coming.
I will therefore adjourn this meeting at 2:50, what is it? 2:59.
That'd be good.